Today we're going to be taking a look at the Fenix LD40. Hope you like it. When Fenix decided to put this light out, they were marketing it as well as the LD25 towards the outdoor industry. And the main feature about this that was geared towards the outdoor is actually the neutral white colored LED that they put in this light. The LED is actually, it's an XPG R4, but it's around 4,000 Kelvin, which is the color temperature of the LED. Now, as far as daylight, what their theory behind this was to make the light as close to daylight, I guess, that they could do with the XPG, and around 4,300 Kelvin is the actual color of daylight. So really the advantage of this light as opposed to something like the LD20, which is a cool white beam, is that you can just see colors more accurately, and it's more pleasing to your eyes when you're in the outdoors. Now this is if you guys don't want to watch the whole review, the long and short of it is this is a great light. I really like it. Pick it up if you have the money and you're looking for a larger flashlight. But it's not lightweight because this is actually a 4 AA flashlight. We'll go ahead and open it up. Now, when this light first came out, there was a lot of comments about this battery holder. As you can see, it looks kind of plasticky, and people were afraid that over time that this might crack or might have some issues with the quality of it. Now, I can say that this light is over 1.5 years old, and I have not had any problems with this at all. Works really great, even though it is plastic. I mean, you don't want to go throwing this light around, but you're not going to experience any issues. Now, another thing about this light that's interesting is that the body is all plastic. Now, what I think Fenix did that for is so if you're using this light in the outdoors, which is its intended use, you're not going to want to be holding a metal body or an aluminum body. If it's cold outside, you're going to want a plastic body, and this also saves on weight. As I was saying, this is a 4 AA flashlight, and it's rather large, so it does have some hefty weight with it. Now let me go ahead and show you the weight. Bring out my scale here. Let's turn it on. Okay, 0.0. We're looking at about 10.1 ounces with 4 alkaline AA batteries. Now you could use lithium batteries on this flashlight. However, I wouldn't recommend it just because the voltage is going to be pretty high at the start when you first put them in. So you're going to get some really great output and runtime just with the AA alkalines. Now, as far as the LED output, on maximum you're looking at about 250 lumens, and you're going to get over 3 hours runtime with that. So that's just a really, really high powered and great runtime flashlight. It does have some other modes. Your lowest low is going to be about 4 lumens, and you can get, they're claiming, over 240 hours on that 4 lumens. The way the operation works is you've got your momentary on the back button or switch, and this little metal looking thing is your secondary, which is actually how you cycle through the beam. So you just press this button where my fingernail is, and you cycle through the modes. You got your low, medium, high, and then kind of like a turbo. Yeah, it's actually the turbo is what they call it. You know, so this is your primary button to turn it on and off. If you pop it on, turn it off, it memorizes the mode, and it does have momentary on without clicking the actual switch. Now, the reflector in this is a smooth reflector, so if you're a flashaholic like I am, you may not like that if you're looking at the beam, it might have a few artifacts, and it does also have a little bit of a donut hole in the center of the beam. But honestly, the average person's not going to notice that, and this one, it's not really major. So I really love this light aside from that. And the reason why they did that smooth reflector is to really give this light maximum throw. Now they're claiming, I think, over 200 meters on the high mode. I'll go ahead and demonstrate. At the end of the review, I'm going to have some outdoor beam shots as well as some indoor beam shots so you can get a closer look. And I'm going to compare it to the LD20 just so you can see kind of what the beam looks like. Overall, I think that Fenix knocked this design out of the ballpark. This is a great step from your typical 2 to 4D mag light because of its form factor. It really has a great form factor. This isn't something that you're going to take backpacking with you, but it's definitely a good everyday nightstand flashlight or a searchlight, a light you keep in your vehicle in the event of an emergency because of its extremely long run time. It's a great throw light. So if you're going walking at night, even though it has such maximum throw, it also has a really nice spill beam. As you can see, yeah, it has a really bright defined hot spot, but it also has a lot of spill too. So you could still illuminate an entire area. But with all the concerns of when this light first came out, of the fact that the body was plastic, I basically wanted to do this review to show that it really does stand the test of time. And I haven't had any issues with this one. It has been dropped. I haven't thrown it off a building or anything like that, but it's definitely seen its fair share of use. The head on the flashlight is aluminum, and when I first got the light and I unscrewed the head, I was worried that the threads on the body were plastic and the threads on the head are aluminum. I was worried that over time those might wear down, but haven't seen that at all with this light. It's held up really well. Now, one other thing I wanted to add is this flashlight does have an SOS mode as well as strobe and a slow strobe. So those features can be accessed, but I'm not going to go over how to use those. If you guys want to use that on your light, go ahead and read your booklet for that flashlight, but I just wanted to add that they do come on this model. It's just a little bit harder to access them. Now I think that's the end of this portion of the review, but as I said before, I am going to take you outside to do some outdoor beam shots and compare it to the LD20, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to do some indoor beam shots at about 40 feet distance. First, let's look at the LD40, and that's on turbo mode. Definitely see that you've got some great spill and also great throw. Let's look at the LD20. This is the Q5 version, but this is on turbo. Now if I shine both together, LD20 is on the bottom, LD40 is on top. They're both similar, but the LD40 is definitely brighter, has a much warmer beam as far as color temperature, but they're both great beams. You got your LD20 over here on the right, LD40 on the left. LD40 has a lot better throw, seems like, but not by a large stretch. It has a smaller center hotspot than the LD20, but again, that's the Q5 older LD20 version, the 180 lumen version. So now I'm going to take you outside to show you the beams outside. Alright, so let's take a look at the beams outside. First up, we got the LD20. That's at 50 feet. Right about there is 50 feet. And that tree up on the top left corner is about 100 feet. You can hardly see it probably. Let's take a look at the LD40. These are both on turbo. There's at 50 feet right there. And that tree up there on top is at 100 feet. So let's look at them together. There's the LD40 on the left, LD20 on the right. You can definitely see the color difference. The LD20 is a much cooler white. LD40 is more neutral, warmer color. So there you have it. I think they both have great beams. They illuminate the entire yard back here, entire space in front of me. Not sure how well you can capture that on the camera, but LD40 definitely has more throw. But they're both great lights. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.